renewal of friendship. Once arch enemies, but now friends for a purpose or for a given cause. The main cause is to unseat President William Samuel Ruto. We're talking about the former president of Kenya and the former deputy president of Kenya. That is Uhuru Kenyatta and deputy Rigathi Gachagua. And this time around, the mountain wants to speak the same language. The mountain wants to have one objective. And the objective is to get William Samuel Ruto off the presidency in 2027. But will they do it? You guys remember so much when Gachagua allegedly led people or goods into Uhuru's farm, Northland Farm, where millions of properties were destroyed. People carrying away sheep, destroying the whatever, and all these things. The first time that people knew there was an airstrip in that place. Okay, that is not the reason to why we're making this video. The reason we are making this video is that it's not over. It's a game over, or a game that is getting tighter or much harder for William Samuel to try get it. And we talked about this earlier and said if the two groups remain to be separate groups, each and every group trying to find their own way to unseat President William Samoei Ruto, then they would have given President William Samoei Ruto an easy work in 2027. But the merging of these two groups, that's Jubilee DCP and Martha Karwa's party, People's Liberation Party, and any other part within the mountainous place, the Mount Kenya place, Mount Kenya region, them coming together to form one major party that will go against William Samoei Ruto in 2027 is a great move. And I think this one is making Ruto's stomach boil. Yes, that guy should be somewhere in a toilet trying to do the shit because this one is getting worse and worse than he thought. Because these guys have decided to be more strategic than ever. And this is the reason why they should do that. They have seen President William Samoei Ruto leaning much among the Luo people than he's leaning anywhere else. And today they just made a statement, and said, I'm not seeing these guys go anywhere to campaign. They are just on the mountain. But that's not the cause, because in this very, 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 very opposition, joint opposition that they have, we've seen Kalonzo Musyoka being part of it. And I think it might be Kalonzo Musyoka who has brokered this merging of Jubilee Party and DCP Party. And from that, the statement that this old man said, the Gen Z, the truthful man, Rigathi Gachagua said, if Matiang'i manages to get the mountain vote, then it's over because there are millions of votes over there, and him mixing up with the votes from uh, Luya people, the Western Bloc, then the Eastern Bloc, the Northeastern Bloc, will have sealed a victory for Matiang'i. It means now that the focus is not just for Omunyoro to get everything right. The focus is to bring the efforts together, resources together, to make sure that they are unseating President William Samoei Ruto. And the main candidate in this race will be Matiang'i, Fred Matiang'i, going for the presidency against President William Samoei Ruto. And if this is the cause, I believe Martha Karua and Kalonzo Musyoka have to stand behind Matiang'i to effect this and make sure, solidify it and make sure that there is no loopholes that there is President William Samoei Ruto will use against. But in 2022, we saw President Uhuru Kenyatta commonly and greatly support the former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga to the presidency, which he failed. But now, I think they learned from what happened, and now they are ready to make it much better, not just for themselves, but for each and every individual. But let not any Kenyan be lied unto that all the plans that these people have are for us Kenyans. They are not for us Kenyans. All these plans are for themselves as individuals. That is the case, and that is it. So please don't be lied unto as a Kenyan that we are doing these things for you. No, these people are after their own interest and to protect their own properties and wealth and even amass more wealth, because that is the game of politics. Whoever has more wins more. Whoever has more gets everything, and that is the case with these guys. So don't be lied to. So we wait until 2027 to get to know, will it be an early sweep for President William Samoei Ruto, or will it be an early sweep for there is Matiang'i, supported by former deputy president and former president of Kenya. And remember, the Western Bloc is also speaking a different language because the Tawi movement is saying now we must also field a presidential candidate in 2027 general elections. And this guy is none other than Natembeya, George Natembeya, is also coming in for the same. And if this works, that the Western Bloc solidifies this around or behind George Natembeya, then the presidential election in 2027 won't be an easy run. It will be a rerun. There will be a rerun in that. It won't be an easy run. But history has it in a different way. The Western Bloc has never ever stood behind their own. Never. In the history of this country, they have never. So will they start it this time around? Will they start with Natembeya? And does Natembeya have the resources that are needed for him to stand and campaign as a president? Does he really have? Okay, we might not know about that. But remember, even the investors, when it comes to politics, they only invest in places where they know there will be some good returns. They don't just invest in any person knowing that he will dearly fail. No. So with Natembeya, though he has not yet officially declared that he will be on the ballot paper in 2027, but there are rumors around Western region that he's going for it. But again, you know what? If he doesn't go for it, maybe gives a night run, maybe he might become a deputy president. But who will he deputize? Because if it's Matiang'i going for the presidency with the Jubilee and DCP, the Wiper and People Liberation Party's card, then probably he will be given someone from the mountain to deputize him. So that will not be someone from any other religion. If Ruto is going for it, with the way he has really gone to Nyanza, he must get someone from Nyanza to deputize him. That is how the game will play. But now, who will George Natembeya deputize? Okay, engage us in the comment section and tell us, what do you think about this? Because it's getting crazy.